Hi everyone, welcome to April Adair Shares, or welcome back if you're returning. I hope everyone is having an awesome day. I'm having a great day. I'm so excited to share today's Dollar Tree Christmas DIYs. These are farmhouse Christmas DIYs. And at the end of the video, I invite you to come pine cone hunting with me. My mom and I recently went for a walk. It was beautiful out, a beautiful fall day. And I also fed a little stray cat that we found on the bike path recently. We've been feeding her. So with all of that, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for the first DIY, we're doing Christmas bells. And I apologize for my voice, you guys. I'm getting over being sick. My voice is still really scratchy, but I didn't want to go 2 weeks without uploading because I have so many new subscriber friends. And thank you guys, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. You guys make this so much fun. I love sharing with you. I love getting your feedback. I love talking to you in the comments. You guys are so sweet, and this is just so much fun. So thank you, thank you, thank you for subscribing and being so kind and awesome. These are pine cones that I picked up along the bike path on a walk recently with my mom. It was just such a nice day out. It was like one of the last really nice fall days that we've had here before it got super cold. And I found a huge bag full of pine cones. There was 2 different kinds. I don't really like the other kind that I showed, but I did go ahead and paint them with some chalk paint. And all I did was put 2 coats of chalk paint on the bells. I did remove the little greenery hanging parts, and we will set those aside because I'll be using those later for another DIY. So I just lightly brushed some chalk paint, and then I got all of this stuff at the Dollar Tree. These are 2 Dollar Tree picks, and this is a pack of like Christmas tree filler, and I'm just making I guess you call it a swag. So I just kind of twisted the little branches on to make my little swag, and I kind of wish I would have added chalk paint to this, but I didn't, and I still like it. I also could have made it a little fuller, but you do it however full you want yours to be. So I just kept twisting those on, really super easy. And then I added one of the little picks and then twisted the top branch around to hold it on. And then next I took 2 little bells and some black chalk paint in the color ink, and just sort of wanted to give it a, distressed look, kind of like chipped or distressed enamel. And so just sort of went around, and I love the way it looks. So that was really easy. And I did that to both bells, and then I took my ribbon, and I think I got this ribbon at Joann's recently. Their ribbon is 70% off right now, and so that's a really good deal. I think I paid, like not more than $3 for that ribbon. And I just strung some in each bell and cut it down, and then wrapped it around the top of my swag. And then here I'm taking some jute twine and hot gluing it to my pine cones, to 2 of the pine cones. And once the hot glue dries, these hold on really, really good. So I don't worry that the pine cones are going to rip off if you, use enough hot glue. They hold really well. And then I just wrap the extra string around the top. It does look sloppy on the top, but it will be covered with my bows, so I'm not worried about that. So I just tied a knot once I had it wrapped around, and then I just tied 2 simple bows. You guys, I've watched a bunch of bow tutorials recently, so I want to learn how to make some really fancy bows and share that with you guys, and we can learn together. Or maybe some of you guys are really good at bows, but I'm definitely not. But I do think that I can make some fancy bows if I follow some of those tutorials. So I just, for now, made 2 simple bows, and then I decided that I would twist the ends. I don't know if I really love that look, but that's what I did, and that is it. I used one of those little wreaths that I said that we set apart to make my hanging part on top. I twisted that around so there was a little loop, And I do think this is so pretty, so simple. You can make it look so much better, you know, if you really took your time and added more to it, and you could switch it up however you like. Next, we're doing DIY buffalo check sled or sleigh. And so I just started by cutting off the string and then painting the whole thing white. Oh, I sanded the there's a little bit of glitter in certain spots, and so I didn't want it to paint over it, so I did sand that down. It comes off really super easy. Honestly, you could paint over it. I think it would be okay. It just might show up a little bit. But I painted the whole thing white, and this is some floral wire from Dollar Tree and some Dollar Tree beads. And I just used 1 pack of beads, and I used the biggest size and then the medium size, so the 2 biggest sizes basically. I kind of measured how long I wanted my top to be, and then I cut it down. This wire cuts really easy with scissors. Dumped out my beads and then just started stringing them on. And I did do 1 big, 1 medium, 1 big, 1 medium, because there isn't enough in 1 pack of beads to do all one size. So I did that to kind of give it a pattern, and I think it turned out really good. I like the way it turned out. Just painted it all white. Now I kind of flew through this on the editing. I sped it up. I will be explaining how I did the buffalo check in more detail on our next DIY coming up right after this one. I had actually planned on putting these in the opposite order. That's why I sped through this one so fast, because I don't want you guys to have to watch me and have me explain the buffalo check 2 times in a row, if that makes sense. So stick around. In just a minute I will explain how to do it. Here I used the floral wire to attach the beads, and then this is the other little greenery from the Christmas bells that I said we set aside that we would be using later, and I just think it makes such a cute little mini wreath. And so I used that for a mini wreath, and this is a headband from Dollar Tree that I bought several videos ago, and I just cut it up to make some ribbons, so I had a little bit extra left over. So I just hot glued that on to hold my little wreath. Here I am just drawing out the word joy and then hot gluing these little berries from the pick that I tore off to make the words joy, and I think this is so cute. And I did go back with some red paint and touch up all the little spots where, you know, you can see the white where the little beads tore off. Once I added the red, I decided the white beads were too plain, so I did go back and paint the smaller ones red, and then I put them back on, and I think it's so cute. I just love this. You know, I don't love everything I make. I like most of it. I'll be honest with you guys if I don't love how something turns out, but I just love the way that turned out. Ignore the little ornaments on the corner. I was working on a video and I decided they didn't turn out cute enough to share, so that's why those are sitting there. Next, we are going to paint 2 of these little ornament signs from Dollar Tree, and again I just put 2 coats of white, and on this one I wanted to give it a shiplap look, so I just took a Sharpie and drew the lines across, and then took this Waverly paint and the color truffle and went back over the lines to make them a little thicker, and I wasn't trying to make them perfect. And then moved on to my other sign. And so for the buffalo check, what you do is you start out with your 1 piece of tape in the very middle, lay down 3, and then remove the center one, and you continue doing that all the way across. And then you paint your first coat of paint gray. I used Apple Barrel Elephant Gray, but you could honestly mix black and white together to make gray if that's all you had. And I learned a new trick from you guys. On my last video, someone told me to use a hair dryer to dry my paint in between. I never thought of that. It's probably so obvious and like a thing that everyone does. I literally never thought of it. So after your first coat dries, you want to flip it around and repeat the same pattern across the top, and you want to paint another coat of gray. And then once that dries, you want to leave your tape on and then go in the other direction again and you're going to put the tape over the lighter the lighter parts. If it's easier for you, you can just put the 3 down and remove the 1, but you can pretty much see where the lighter shade is, and then voila, that's it. Beautiful buffalo check. I am addicted to doing this. I just love it. You can make red and black, you could make green and black buffalo check. There's just so many different things that you could create if you love buffalo check like I do. Here I took some paint in the color truffle and then mixed a little antique white and then wiped off my brush. I just wanted to have just a teeny tiny bit of paint on my brush just to give it kind of a rustic look, distressed look, and I like the way that turned out. And then I went back over it with a little piece of sandpaper and then took apart this pick from Dollar Tree and just here, these are stencils from Dollar Tree. I was kind of figuring out what I wanted to do to the top of these signs, and I did decide to go ahead and use the word joy, and so I painted both the word believe and joy because I'm going to put believe on the buffalo check one. I decided not to use the stencil. I just didn't think that it would show up very good. So I did get my joy on a little crooked, but that's okay. I still think it's cute. And then I was going to use this ribbon, but I decided to use the buffalo check instead, of course. I wonder if buffalo check will be as popular next year. I mean, it's always been popular, but it seems like over the past couple years, it's just like, that's all you see. And the little red truck too has just become so popular. And I think it's so cute. I love the little red truck theme. So here I wanted to hang the jute on the back. I didn't want to hang it from the little metal part. So that's how I did it, and I think this turned out really cute for such a simple sign. Now I didn't show it, but I did add some raffia to mine, and I felt like it was too bare. It needed something, so I did add some raffia, and I have it hanging up downstairs. Here is another little pick from Dollar Tree, and this is a cardinal, right? A red cardinal. Don't ask me why I decided to paint the beak yellow, because cardinals, I'm sure, probably don't have yellow beaks. I don't know why I did that, but I did. And this is burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree, and then I hot glued the belief sign on, flipped it over and hot glued the jute twine back on to hang it with, and I think it turned out really, really cute. So I hope you guys enjoyed these simple Dollar Tree Christmas DIYs, and now we're going to go ahead and go pine cone hunting and visit our little kitty that we have called Animal Control and Helping Hands. And I think that cat has been there for years. We've talked to a few people along the bike path, but we've been feeding her. She's the sweetest little cat. She lives in the bushes, and we'll see if they come get her. I can't take in another stray cat because my cat that I have now, she was a stray. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh look, she's burying it.
Is she? She's not eating it?
She did drink a little bit and now she's burying it.
Oh, she did?
It's so weird that they do that.
Later. She does that all the time.
Does she not realize how bad it ruins it?
I don't know. I guess she eats it later. She's dumping it all out. Horrible. So I don't have any